The air feels heavy with secrets, as if the past is holding its breath, waiting for someone to listen. Imagine standing on the edge of a forgotten world where voices silenced by time, by fire, ash, and dust are stirring again. Not through magic or miracles, but through the relentless curiosity of human minds and the cold precision of machines. In the shadow of a volcano that erupted nearly 2 millennia ago, in the quiet riverbanks of ancient Europe, in the sun-scorched deserts of Peru, something extraordinary is happening. Ancient languages locked in crumbling scrolls, carved into weathered stones, knotted into threads, are beginning to speak. And what they're saying? It's not just history. It's a warning, a revelation, a plea from people who walked this earth thousands of years before us. With the help of artificial intelligence, we're peeling back the veil on these lost tongues, and what we're finding is nothing short of terrifying. This is the story of how the past is clawing its way into the present, one decoded symbol at a time, and how the truths it reveals might change everything we thought we knew about who we are. It begins in the ashes of a Roman city, Herculaneum, buried in 79 AD under the wrath of Mount Vesuvius. Picture a wealthy villa, its library filled with scrolls of papyrus, each one a fragile whisper of thought from a world that feels impossibly distant. When the volcano erupted, it didn't just destroy lives. It charred those scrolls to blackened husks, too brittle to touch, too precious to abandon. For centuries they sat in silence, locked away in museums, their words lost to time. Scholars stared at them, hearts heavy with the weight of what might never be known. Then in the spring of 2023, a spark of hope ignited. The Vesuvius Challenge, a daring call to arms, offered over $1 million to anyone who could use AI to unlock these scrolls without unrolling them. Enter Luke Ferreter, a 21-year-old with a mind as sharp as the tools he wielded. Using machine learning, he coaxed the first word from the darkness. Porphyros, meaning purple. The air grows thicker now, as if the whispers of the past are pressing closer, demanding to be heard. We've stepped out of the ashes of Herculaneum in the ancient riverbanks of the Danube, but the journey is far from over. The voices of lost civilizations are growing louder, their words clawing through the centuries, carried by the unyielding power of artificial intelligence. Each new discovery feels like a door creaking open, revealing glimpses of lives, beliefs, and fears we can barely comprehend. But there's a shadow in these revelations, a sense that some truths were meant to stay buried. From the sun-baked valleys of South Asia to the windswept cliffs of Easter Island, the machines are unlocking scripts that have defied us for generations. And with every symbol decoded, we're forced to confront a question. Are we ready for what these ancient tongues have to say? Let's travel to the Indus Valley, where one of the world's greatest mysteries lies etched in stone. The Indus script, used by a civilization that thrived between 2600 and 1900 BC, is a puzzle that haunts archaeologists. Picture small seals, pottery, and tablets covered in neat rows of strange symbols. Animals, geometric shapes, and signs that seem to dance between meaning and mystery. This was a culture of astonishing peace, with cities that rivaled Mesopotamia's, yet left no trace of war or conquest. But their language? It's a locked vault with no key. No Rosetta Stone, no bilingual texts, just these cryptic marks. For decades, scholars debated whether it was even writing at all. Then in 2009, Professor Rajesh P. N. Rao and his team took a bold step. They fed every known Indus inscription into a Markov model, a statistical tool that maps sequences. The results were electrifying. The patterns were too organized to be random, too structured to be mere decoration. This was language, complex, deliberate, alive. Fast forward to today, and deep learning models have pushed the boundary further, recognizing recurring structures with over 80% accuracy in symbol segmentation. But here's the catch. The inscriptions are short, some just a few signs long, and no one knows what language they encode. A $1 million prize awaits anyone who cracks it, and AI is closing in fast. Imagine the moment when those symbols finally speak. Will they reveal the secrets of a peaceful empire? Or will they hint at why such a vibrant civilization vanished so completely? The Indus script isn't just a code, it's a ghost lingering in the dust, waiting for us to listen. Now let's follow the Nile south to a kingdom less known but no less captivating, Meroe, in what is now Sudan. From 300 BC to 400 AD, the Meroitic language flourished, written in two scripts, hieroglyphic for grand monuments, cursive for everyday life. For over a century, it's been a locked door, with no bilingual texts or dictionaries to guide us. The Meroites built pyramids, traded with distant lands, and left behind inscriptions that tease us with their silence. But at MIT's CSAIL lab, researchers are picking the lock. Their algorithms, honed on successes with other ancient scripts like Ugaritic and Linear B, are now hunting for patterns in Meroitic texts. These models don't need translations. They seek the logic of grammar, the rhythm of syntax, the statistical dance of symbols. The data is thin, the inscription short, but every scan tilts the odds toward discovery. Picture a scribe in ancient Nubia, stylus in hand, recording a story, a prayer, a warning. What did they want to say? Was it a tale of kings, a map of trade routes, or something darker, something we've yet to imagine? AI is chipping away at the silence, and with every breakthrough, Meroe's forgotten tongue edges closer to speaking again. The Nile hasn't given up its secrets yet, but the machines are listening, and they're getting closer. Shift now to ancient Iran, where the Proto-Elamite script lies etched on clay tablets, dating back to 3100 BC. This is a time when cities were new, when agriculture was reshaping the world, and the Elamites were carving wedge-like signs into clay, capturing their lives in symbols we still can't fully read. For over a century, these tablets were static, their strange glyphs a code no one could crack. Then I entered the scene. At Oxford, Dr. Jacob Dahl used reflectance transformation imaging to capture ultra-detailed images of the tablets, revealing grooves and marks too faint for the human eye. Neural networks devoured these images, picking out patterns in the chaos. By 2025, algorithms zeroed in on the numerical systems within the script, decoding records of trade and economy that had been silent for millennia. These weren't just numbers. They were the pulse of a society, tracking grain, livestock, and wealth. But the full script remains elusive, a half-whispered story of a people who helped birth civilization. Each tablet feels like a letter from the past, and with every pixel scanned, we're closer to reading it. What did the Elamites want us to know? What secrets did they bury in their clay? Across the world, on the remote cliffs of Easter Island, another enigma waits. The Rongorongo script, carved into wooden tablets in the 1860s, is a mystery that defies logic. Its glyphs, birds, fish, human figures, snake across the wood in a bizarre zigzagging pattern, left to right, then right to left, like a mirror flipping with each line. Only 24 tablets survive, their creators silenced before the 20th century. No Rosetta Stone, no living speakers, just these strange carvings. For years, scholars argued, was it writing or just symbolic art? In the 1950s, some saw calendars. In the 1990s, others claimed creation myths. Now AI is stepping in. Machine vision is cataloging every glyph, comparing them to known writing systems, searching for linguistic traits. The models aren't translating yet, but they're finding patterns, connections, possibilities. Imagine holding one of those tablets, feeling the weight of a culture that vanished, its story trapped in wood. Rongorongo doesn't just challenge us, it dares us to understand. With every scan, the tablets pulse with potential, as if they're waiting for the right algorithm to set their story free. The past is no longer a distant echo, it's a chorus growing louder, more insistent, as artificial intelligence pulls back the curtain on languages long thought lost. Each decoded symbol feels like a heartbeat, a pulse from a world that shaped our own, yet remains cloaked in shadow. We've journeyed from the buried scrolls of Herculaneum to the silent glyphs of the Indus Valley, from the forgotten kingdom of Meroe to the ancient clay of Iran. Now, as we stand on the edge of the final revelations, the air crackles with possibility and dread. These ancient voices aren't just sharing stories of trade or kings or crops. Some are whispering secrets that feel too heavy for our modern hearts to bear. From the knotted chords of the Andes to the cryptic pages of a medieval manuscript, the machines are unlocking truths that might rewrite history. But as we listen, we can't shake the question, are these voices speaking to us or warning us? This is the final chapter of our journey, where the past meets the present and what we find may change us forever. High in the Andes, the Inca left behind a language unlike any other, not carved in stone, not written on papyrus, but knotted into threads. These quipus, intricate webs of colored cords, were once thought to be simple ledgers, counting tools for taxes, livestock, or census data. Picture a weaver, fingers deftly tying knots, each twist a record of their world. For centuries, we believed that was all they were. Practical, mathematical, silent. But what if the quipus held more? Anthropologist Sabine Hyland pored over Spanish colonial records and surviving quipus, sensing they might carry stories, even voices. Could these knots encode syllables, narratives, the very soul of the Inca? Enter AI, its algorithms mapping the subtle patterns of knot placement, spacing, and color. Statistical models revealed structures too complex for mere numbers, hinting at something deeper, perhaps a phonetic system, perhaps history itself. The Inca never wrote on walls, but their threads might hold sagas of conquest, faith, or loss. With every knot analyzed, we're closer to hearing their voice. Imagine the moment when a machine translates a quipu's twists into words. Will it tell of emperors, or will it reveal why their empire fell? The threads are unraveling, and they're pulling us into a story we never expected. Now let's step into the hills of southern China, where a secret language was born in defiance. Nushu, meaning women's writing, was crafted by Yao women in Hunan province, denied education and bound by tradition. On fans and paper, they wove song, stories, and sorrows hidden from men's eyes. By the 21st century, Nushu was fading, its delicate script nearly lost to time. Then in 2025, Dartmouth College launched Nushu Rescue, an AI initiative to revive this whispered tongue. Using just 35 sample pairs, GPT-4 Turbo was trained to translate Nushu into Chinese, achieving nearly 50% accuracy, a staggering feat for a script no modern AI had seen before. Another project, AI Nushu, simulated how the script might have evolved, tracing its growth across generations. These weren't just letters, they were lifelines, carrying the weight of love, grief, and resilience. Imagine a woman centuries ago, writing in secret, her words a quiet rebellion. Now AI is amplifying those voices, turning whispers into a song the world can hear. Nushu isn't just a language. It's a testament to survival, and its revival feels like a promise kept. Some mysteries, though, don't whisper. They taunt. The Voynich manuscript, a 600-year-old book, is one such enigma. Its pages brim with bizarre drawings, plants that don't exist, zodiac signs sketched by a trembling hand, women bathing in cosmic pools. But the real puzzle is its text, a script like no other, defying every alphabet and origin. In 2018, researchers at the University of Alberta ran it through a custom AI, testing a theory that it might be scrambled Hebrew. The model claimed 80% of the words matched Hebrew equivalents, even translating a sentence. She made recommendations to the priest, man of the house, and me and people. For a moment it felt like a breakthrough, until Hebrew scholars dismantled it. The grammar was wrong, the meanings muddled. A year later, British scholar Gerard Cheshire proposed it was proto-romance, a guide on women's health written by medieval nuns. Again, the theory crumbled under scrutiny. The Voynich manuscript remains a cipher, mocking every attempt to crack it. AI has taken its swing, but the book just smiles back, its silence louder than ever. Is it nonsense, a cosmic joke? Or is it the most guarded secret of all, waiting for a key we haven't yet forged? Finally, we arrive in the heart of ancient Italy, where the Etruscans ruled before Rome was born. Their cities, temples, and tombs were marvels, but their language is a ghost. Thousands of inscriptions on urns, mirrors, monuments fill volumes, yet we can't read them fluently. Etruscan is a language isolate, with no known relatives, no Rosetta Stone. Each inscription feels like a letter from a lost world, written in a tongue that died with its people. But AI is breathing life into the ruins. Neural networks, fed massive corpora of Etruscan texts, are detecting patterns invisible to the naked eye. Recurring suffixes, potential verb forms, word clusters that hint at meaning. This isn't guesswork. It's linguistic detective work, powered by machines that never tire. Imagine standing before an Etruscan tomb, its carvings whispering of rituals, gods, or trade. With every computation, those whispers grow clearer, revealing a culture that shaped Rome, yet vanished into its shadow. The Etruscans are speaking from the grave, and AI is their translator. What will they tell us? Will it be a story of faith, of power, or something far darker, a warning etched in stone? As we stand at the end of this journey, the weight of these voices presses down. From the Danube's ancient script to the Etruscan tombs, from the Inca's knotted chords to the Voynich's cryptic pages, AI has given us a key to unlock the past. But with every door we open, we find not just answers, but questions. These languages, some older than history itself, carry the dreams, fears, and secrets of people who walk the same earth we do. They built cities, loved, fought, and vanished, leaving only their words behind. And now as we decode them, we're forced to wonder, why were these truths buried? Were they hidden for a reason? The machines are giving us the tools to listen, but they can't tell us what to do with what we hear. The past is alive again, and its voice is terrifying. Not because it speaks of monsters or curses, but because it reminds us how fragile our own story is. What will we leave behind? And will anyone, human or machine, be there to listen?